It was too big. What happened next left me shaken to my core forever. It started with a whisper, a teasing glance across the dim room where heat and tension clung to the air like perfume. I knew he wasn't just another man. There was something raw, almost dangerous about the way he looked at me, like he could see everything I was hiding. When he touched my wrist for the first time, the shock ran straight to my core. It wasn't innocent. His fingers lingered, knowing exactly what they were doing, how to make my breath catch, how to make my knees weaken. The anticipation of that night had been building for weeks. Flirty texts, late-night calls filled with deep, slow breathing. The way he talked, God, the way he talked, it wasn't just sexy, it was sinful. He described what he would do, how I'd scream his name, how he'd take his time with every inch of my body. I wanted it. I needed it. But I never expected it would hurt like that. I never expected it to feel so impossibly big, like my body couldn't take it, like my soul was being split apart. We barely made it to the bed. Clothes ripped. Breath hitched. My body trembled under his touch. His mouth was hot, hungry, tasting every inch like I was his last meal. When he finally entered me, I gasped. It was too big. Not just physically but emotionally, mentally, he filled every part of me. I tried to adjust, but the pain was real, sharp, and shocking. Yet somehow, pleasure twined with it like fire and silk. I had never experienced anything like it. He whispered filthy promises in my ear, told me how tight I felt, how good I tasted, how I'd never forget him. And he was right. With every thrust, I felt more addicted. But somewhere between moans and cries, my heart started to ache. Because I wasn't supposed to feel love. I was supposed to feel lust. This wasn't part of the plan. He was a sex lover, notorious for never staying. But I made the mistake of falling. Hard. Pathetic. I thought he was different with me. I thought the way he looked at me, touched me, whispered to me meant something. But the morning after, I noticed something that made my stomach churn. His phone screen lighting up with her name. Baby, I miss you. Come home soon. I didn't want to believe it. But the signs were there. The late-night disappearances. The silence when I asked personal questions. The way he'd changed the subject when I mentioned feelings. I confronted him. Naked, wrapped in sheets, still smelling like sex and sweat. I asked if he was cheating. And the way his eyes flickered for a fraction of a second before he smiled. That was the answer I needed. He didn't deny it. He didn't confirm it either. He just kissed my forehead and said, "You knew what this was." I felt my heart shatter in that moment. The pain wasn't just between my thighs, it was in my chest, my gut, my soul. I cried silently, too proud to let him see. But something shifted in me. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I just watched him dress, watched him lie so effortlessly. I let him go without a word. But that wasn't the end. No, it was just the beginning of the twist he never saw coming. I followed him one night. I needed closure. I needed to see with my own eyes the woman he was betraying. Both of us, really. What I found left me shaking. She wasn't just his girlfriend. She was my cousin. We had grown up together, shared secrets. And she had no idea the man she was planning to marry was the same one who had wrecked me. I didn't confront her right away. I watched. I gathered evidence. I listened to him lie to her face the same way he lied to me. The same sexy voice. The same dirty promises. It made me sick. But it also made me furious. He had played me, hurt me, used me. And he thought he got away with it. So I planned a quiet revenge. At their engagement party, surrounded by family and laughter, I waited. I wore a smile, hugged her tightly, and handed her the gift I had prepared. A beautifully wrapped box. Inside a flash drive. And on that flash drive, everything. Videos, text messages, audio recordings of him saying things no woman should ever hear from a man who claims to love her. The moment she opened it, her face paled. She dropped the glass in her hand. Everyone turned. And then silence. Utter silence. He stammered, trying to explain. But the truth was playing on every screen in the room. His voice. My moans. The things he did to me. No one could unhear it. Her tears came fast. Mine didn't. I just stood there, calm, watching the man who had once broken me now beg for mercy. He followed me outside, tried to grab my arm. "You ruined everything," he hissed. I leaned in, close enough for him to smell the sweetness of my perfume, and whispered, "No, you did." Then I walked away. That night, I sat alone under the stars, breathing in the silence. My heart was still broken, but I wasn't powerless anymore. I had turned my pain into strength, my shame into justice. I had taken back what he tried to steal. My dignity had been too big. The betrayal, pain, the love I felt. But what happened next didn't destroy me, shape me forever.